Hey guys, this is Stephanie August, and I wanted to make a quick video in response to a question I had last week about offering English tutoring, specifically for people who are wanting to improve their writing. Maybe you've got a blog, maybe you want to have a blog, maybe you want to improve your business writing skills so that you can improve your job prospects. Maybe English isn't your first language, and so for those kind of people, I want to give some free advice on what you can do, because I know how challenging things can be at times when you need to improve your skills for whatever reason, and you need free resources. And so in this video, I'm going to show you. Now, first off, I want to say some of you're just naturally good communicators. It doesn't matter if English isn't your first language. If you're kind of an extroverted person, you don't have trouble finding your words, I want to encourage you that you can become a good writer, probably more so than any other person. There are some people out there that are feelers, they're doers, they're maintainers, and people who establish things, people who initiate things. They're people of action or people who feel. But then there's the people who are natural at communicating, and I know when I see this kind of person, I know them because they are extroverted, like I said, and they don't have trouble finding their words. And it doesn't matter if English isn't their first language. It doesn't matter if they don't have mastery over grammar or spelling. The important thing is that you can get the words out. Right now I'm in the process of editing a book for a friend who I've been encouraging to write for some time. And he needs an editor bad, but I think that for years he's been aware of this, and so he's held himself back because he knew that things were not grammatically correct, or maybe things were not organized in a clear, concise way. So he took that to mean that he wasn't a good writer. And this is one thing I want to share with you. Some people are really good at writing and some people are better at editing. Writing is more of a right-brained activity. It's a creative thing. When you're writing, it's important that you let it flow, like nobody's looking or listening. Just word vomit, okay? And this is what I've encouraged my friend to do. Don't worry about the editing part. That's why we have editors. We have those people to come clean it up. They're the cleanup crew. To be a good writer, you need to be able to let the words flow. Worry about editing later. That's what will make you a good writer. Don't be so conscientious about making mistakes. Cleanup can come later. And we all need cleanup. Even really good writers make mistakes with needing editors, okay? One of the reasons why I think I've gotten better with my writing is because I've become OCD about editing. I almost obsess over my mistakes. Some people have gotten very self-conscious around me when they find out that I've got a degree in professional writing and that I've written a book. They become very self-conscious about their work. Oh my gosh, you don't have all of this expectation on you. Imagine the self-consciousness that I feel with all this expectation on me. Like, if I make a mistake, people are looking at me, I'm afraid, this is my fear, they're looking at me like, look at that! And she's got a degree in writing? So, let the fear go. Be a writer. Let it flow out. and leave the editing up to another time or another set of eyes. So here's one of the free resources I want to share with you. On my blog, which is pretty old, by the way, I haven't maintained it for a while, it's my professional writing blog, I have an article on there titled A Step-by-Step Guide to Writing Your Nonfiction Book, okay? I'm sharing this, it seems a little off topic, the title, but there's some helpful information within that article about your pre-writing and organizing your work and writing it out and polishing it. That's the step that I encourage you to take. And if you look through this article, I'll have the link for it below. But if you look through the article, you can see ideas on how to brainstorm, how to do mind mapping. I've even recently used this method with these post-it notes and index cards and painter's tape that I got at the dollar store. And I mapped a project out on my wall, and it's great because you can kind of move things around as your ideas evolve, and you can see how to organize your thoughts and flow with any additional information that comes on, and figure out where does it belong in the structure of whatever you're going to create, be it a book or writing a blog post, or even for me recently it's in creating a video that I'm going to be monetizing. So these are all helpful ideas on how to organize ideas and generate ideas for interesting content, because I think some of the best writers are not necessarily the most eloquent or articulate necessarily, but they have something that's of interest to the reader or the viewer, and so that's what's most important. But whenever you can capture those interesting ideas and you can arrange them in an organized way, then you're set to get into your writing. And as I said earlier, let it flow. This is not the time to edit. People get stuck with their writing. They have creative blocks with their writing whenever they are trying to do writing and editing at the same time. Editing is a left brain, analytical, logical activity. So separate the two. Write first, then polish, edit at the very end. And then there's different types of editing that I've mentioned in this blog post. And that helps you to be thorough, but it also helps you to streamline your work if you follow the editing steps that I'm offering you to clean up your work and make it the most polished. Also, I have another blog entry that might interest you on here. It's titled The Truth About My Writing Degree. And within it, there's a section titled The Poor Woman's Writing Degree Plan, because you know, not everybody has tens of thousands of dollars and years to spend and perhaps arguably waste on, you know, taking these classes that I've taken. That if you read this blog post, you'll see it had arguable value. It hasn't hurt me to get the degree, but I haven't seen the return on investment from it that I had banked on, unfortunately. So, you know, when people ask me, should I go to school to improve my writing? Should I get a writing degree? Particularly the people who want to be writers. They want to author books, you know, plural, not just one. Like, they really want to make a career out of this. When I'm asked if they should go pursue the degree, I would say no, because there are really some affordable, free ways that you can boost your writing skills in less time with a higher return on your investment. And that would be joining local writing groups, reading relevant top selling books on the subject, reaching out to other writers and online resources that are offering you, mentoring for free. And also just gaining experience through apprenticeship and volunteering. We know friends and family, coworkers are doing little creative projects. Maybe they're trying to get their own little small business off the ground and they need help. And so by just helping, that helps you create a portfolio of work samples. Nobody needs to know that you didn't get paid for it, right? It's still work. It's honest work. So you start developing that and start sharing it with your audience or your prospective audience. Also, experiment and practice with refining your gift by continuing to write. Like, get a blog if you don't have one already. Okay, so those are some free resources, but if you would like one-on-one tutoring with me, I am at this time offering my services for about $30 to $40 an hour, negotiable. That is the going standard rate. Yes, I know sometimes you can get tutors for $15 an hour, but that is if, we're talking about a high school student tutoring another high school student. Conversely, tutoring can cost up to $85. If you are in a corporate environment, if you are getting tutoring from, one of these larger companies that's all they do is offer tutoring, it could cost you up to $85. So I think, for the area that I'm in and for what I'm offering with my background skill set, 30 to 40 is fair. I'm negotiable though. Right now, the format that I'm offering students is, let's actually work with some of your writing. Like, send me your worst, okay? Or send me, maybe if you are working on a blog and you want to put fresh content out there that's polished, let's work on, what do you want to put out right now that you need polished? Let's work on something tangible that is real and relevant to where you're at with your skills. And what I can do is edit that work for you, and then based on those editing marks, I can create a screencast about 15 minutes long where I'm going over my editing marks and explaining to you the grammatical reasons behind what I'm advising. And that's something that you can watch in your own time, your own schedule, and you can rewatch it if you want to review or refresh in the future. You not only have edited work, but you and I can connect, and you can give me feedback on what you're understanding, where you're at, and we can continue moving forward with polishing your work. And I think that this will help us to pinpoint what the exact issues are that you're dealing with, rather than having you go over a whole comprehensive course of study that you may not need. You just might need particular pinpointed instruction on certain things. And yes, so if you would like that kind of help, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you, and thank you.